Judging people by the way they look is wrong. We all know that. Sometimes it's understandable. It really is. But sometimes it's seriously uncalled for. Hello, everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. I made this point before, and I'm trying real hard not to sound like a broken record, but I came across a video that just made me had to do this. I just had to do this video because of it. Look, I know that I'm not really to a lot of women, especially one that I was crazy about, and also a couple of ones that, that I was attracted to. But the point is, this away here. The point is, when people just aren't really honest with you, but you know the reason why. If someone doesn't like you because of the fact that you're too pushy, you're too needy, you're too this and that, and the young lady is just not interested, and she actually pulls away. It's very understandable, and there's certain things that you really shouldn't do. You should never, like, when you do get into a very good conversation and things go well, and you're lucky enough to get that girl's number. There's a bunch of do's and don'ts. Like, for example, you don't text her every day. You don't call her every day. Otherwise, she's gonna get that vibe that you're needing, and that's a turnoff. And of course, the way you behave and the way you act. A lot of it has to do with that too. But I even noticed, even with even with people, especially beautiful women, when I even just talk to them, trying to be friends with them, and that's it, not to seek any type of romantic interest or anything like that, especially if they're single, they still want to keep their distance. They still get guarded. And I'm like, I'm not trying to do anything. And then I said to myself, I hope it's not because of the way I look. They see some ugly fat guy or some losery looking incel. Because I have a look of an incel, a look of a delta omega. For those of you who are familiar with the ranking system, the alpha, meaning the very gorgeous looking, nice looking alpha male who has his shit together, who's extremely confident and successful, very brave and assertive. He doesn't take shit from anybody. And then there's the beta, which is the second best. And then there's the gamma, which is the more of the rebellious type. Like, fuck you. I could do whatever I want kind of attitude, and they pretty much stand their ground, and they reject, you know, what's to be expected from them from so-called society. And they pretty much say, fuck society. That's a gamma, which is hipsters, edgy teens, and artists. People that are very driven. And then there's the delta, which is a person who's just a dull, nobody exciting type of person, which are usually like factory workers or taxi drivers that that are kind of bummy. You know, they have no ambition, no drive. All they do is exist. That's all, and they just pretty much sorry, and they pretty much just say, my life is not going to get any better than this. All they do is just go to work, do what they have to do, and have their own type of fun, and they're like that for many years. I know some people that are big time deltas that are like that. So it's usually factory workers, people that work bum jobs, people that have no ambition, no desire to do better or to make their lives even better. And then there's the omega, which is the lowest part. And the omega is usually the incel, or the so-called very extremely unattractive. There's different types of ugly. There's the rugged type of ugly people. There's the bummy looking, I never accomplished a fucking thing in my life. Like a serious delta, but worse. There's that type of ugly people. They don't take care of themselves, and they just look all bummy. And there's the nerdy type of incel, which is what I wanted to talk about too. The goofy, whether they wear glasses or not, you could tell that they're type of a nerd, and they get picked on in high school, and in grade school, middle school, and high school, and even in college or in the workplace. They get picked on, especially in high school. That's like, grade school, kids are kids. They're going to be mean. Middle school, kind of the same thing. But high school, you should be a little bit more mature about it. But a lot of loser type incels, they get picked on a lot. And believe me, I know. So there's that. That's the omega. And it's bad enough that they lack confidence. It's bad enough that they don't have enough self-esteem. But they have to have a look of an incel. They have to have a look of an omega. It's only logical. The alpha is always going to be the good-looking, very confident guy, successful, assertive, and stuff like that. That's how they are. Confident, handsome, and assertive, with a great deal of ambition and success. And of course, the omega is the complete opposite of it. A dull, foolish, unattractive person. And of course, they don't get laid, and unless they pay for it, that kind of thing. But but the point is, when it comes to something like that, when it comes to a real serious situation like that, the thing that has to be seriously noted is they are so much of a pushover. And I know that if they were to become more assertive and stand their ground whenever they're a victim of being a scapegoat, because a lot of these omegas, a lot of these incels, when something bad happens, especially in the workplace, and the real person, the who's to blame for it, doesn't want to get in trouble, and they have friends that actually respect them, and they don't want to lose their respect, so they blame it on the omega, and let's say he was working with them. And a lot of people are going to be quick to believe that, because he's already hated. He's already a person who people don't like, especially the women. And he says, "Hey, I wasn't the one who drilled that hole in the woman's bathroom to peek. It was it was this guy, and then all the women look at the this Omega incel person and they give them their dirty looks. And if you were to say, no, it wasn't me, I didn't do anything like that, it wasn't me, who in the fuck is gonna believe him? Who? Who the fuck is gonna believe that guy? He was the scapegoat, the person who put the blame on it, and or whatever, or another situation of hey, this guy was the one who put all these nasty text messages, all these sexual stuff, and then it wasn't even true. It was the other guy, and then the women ended up believing it anyways because he already had it in for him. They couldn't stand him. He's already made them feel uncomfortable. And there was this one movie that I saw. It was made for TV. It was one of those like Lifetime. I don't know what it was, but there was this criminal that was going out killing little kids and doing some kind of all these type of atrocities, rape and stuff like that. And these people at the park or got wind of it, and sorry, all these people got wind of it, and they started to say, who could it be? And then they started paying attention to this one guy who's pretty much like a loner. He's like a Delta Omega incel type of person, and he was selling ice cream to a bunch of little kids, and he was always there smoking a cigarette right by the park, right where the kids play in the playground. And they all say, "That's the guy. I'm pretty sure that's the guy. He looks like a fucking loser. He looks like a fucking creep. I'm pretty sure it's him." And then the other guy, the other people in the group were saying, "We don't have any proof. I believe you. We don't have any proof. Who cares? I say we do something about it." So they all conspire together to have that guy killed. So in the movie, they ended up killing him. They I don't know if they shot him or beat him to death. I forgot how they killed him, but they killed him. And then near the end of the movie, when they felt better about it, there was already word going out on the news and going out through the word of mouth that they caught the person, they caught the killer. They caught the killer who was actually killing these little kids, doing all these rapes and doing all this kind of stuff like that. And then when they found out about it, they were like, "Oh shit, we killed the wrong person." And then when they found out who it was, it turned out to be a guy that they actually liked, who was the son of a senator or some kind of politician or somebody important. I forgot what I don't know. I forgot who it was, but he had a high status. He was the one that was doing all these type of crimes. He was the one, and they caught him. Somehow they caught him, and even the ladies were deeply moved by his charm and stuff like that, only to find out that he was actually a rapist. And they were in shock. But then they all sat down together and saying, "We killed the wrong guy. We got to go to the police." And then they're all saying, "No, we can't. We're gonna go to jail for the rest of our lives." So the movie ended right there, with them not admitting to anybody. An innocent man got killed just because of the way he looks. Now, if that's not fucked up, I don't know what is. Someone could say, "Who? It doesn't really matter anyway. So that guy was probably a creep." How the fuck do you know? Who knows if he could be just a guy with low self-esteem, an incel, someone who's not violent, because I know some incels can be very angry to the point that they'll end up hurting women and killing them. There's cases like that. I know that. But those are psychopathic ones. But just because of the way he looks, they were judging him by that. And while the real perpetrator was somebody that the ladies got deeply moved by and enchanted by and this and that, it goes to show you how fucked up the world is. Here's one. It may not show that well because the screen might be a little bit too small or something. I don't know. But here's one example of an incel, and he was actually touching the shoulder of this one beautiful lady because he was trying to tell her, hey, it's time to come in now. Yeah, they say it's okay for us to come in at this one restaurant or whatever. While she was busy talking to some guy that was interviewing her on camera. And when she got touched by the shoulder, she looked at him and she's like, can I help you? You know, as a way of saying, oh, don't touch me, you fucking loser. You're, you know, whatever like that. Because of the way he looks. I can understand that in one sense, but at the same time, she was also saying that as a way of saying you're too ugly to touch me, you're too much of a loser to touch me, or you're too much of this and that. I mean, it's up to you how you want to look at it. But just bear in mind everything that I just said. And just give me your opinion. Am I right about what I'm saying? Everything about especially about the movie that I saw, and the example that I gave about the incel, about the alpha male, the omega, and the other ranks. Just tell me what you think. And so I'm going to end this with this one clip, and just tell me what you think. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Questions or comments, you know what to do. And this is Dare to Speak. And to all of you, take care.
I think that's fine. So if a guy pays for my tab,
I think I'm getting your attention. I feel like I touched like a vampire touching holy water.
can I help you?
I think they want to go in.
Okay.
Makes frustrated incels angry.